Welcome to the Soulful Healing Podcast, where we explore the depths of spirituality, mindfulness, and personal growth. Have you ever felt that someone entered your life at just the right moment? Or perhaps you've met someone and felt an instant connection, as if you've known them before. What if I told you that nothing in life happens by chance? That every person you meet, every challenge you face, is part of a greater plan designed to help you grow. In this video, we'll explore 7 profound Zen stories rooted in Buddhist teachings that reveal how every encounter, whether joyful or painful, is a stepping stone on your spiritual journey. Stay with us because by the end of this video, you'll see your life and the people in it in a whole new light. In Buddhism, life is seen as a continuous flow of interconnected events shaped by karma, the law of cause and effect. Every action, thought, and encounter has a ripple effect, influencing not only our lives but the lives of those around us. The Buddha taught that our relationships are not random. They are karmic connections that help us learn, grow, and evolve on our spiritual path. Today, on the Soulful Healing Podcast, we'll dive deep into 7 Zen stories that illustrate this profound truth. These stories, passed down through generations, offer timeless wisdom on how to navigate life's challenges, embrace its lessons, and find peace in the midst of chaos. Our first story is called The Garden of Destiny. It's a tale that reminds us that every person we meet is like a seed planted in the garden of our lives. Some seeds grow into beautiful flowers, while others become mighty trees. Each one has a purpose, and each one teaches us something valuable. Let's listen to this story and discover how every encounter, no matter how fleeting, contributes to the richness of our existence. In a tranquil monastery, an elderly monk named Hataka sits under a blossoming cherry tree. A young man named Hiroshi approaches him, troubled by the people he has met in his life. Some bring joy, while others bring pain. Hiroshi asks, "Do people come into our lives by chance?" Hataka, with a gentle smile, replies, "People never enter our lives by accident. Each person is like a seed planted in the garden of your destiny. Some seeds grow into beautiful flowers that bloom for a season, while others become mighty trees that stand tall for years. Each one has a purpose in your story." In Buddhism, this concept is closely tied to the idea of karmic connections. Every person we meet is a reflection of our past actions and a catalyst for our future growth. The Buddha taught that even those who cause us pain are our greatest teachers, helping us to develop patience, compassion, and inner strength. Every encounter, no matter how brief or intense, contributes to the richness of our existence. The people who hurt us are often our best teachers, helping us find our inner strength and guiding us toward enlightenment. Now, let's move to our second story, titled The River of Karma. This story teaches us about the delicate balance of helping others and the importance of allowing people to navigate their own paths. Sometimes the best help we can offer is to step back and let others find their own way. Let's dive into this story and uncover the wisdom it holds. In a quiet monastery surrounded by lush gardens, the wise monk Noro gathers his disciples. He begins by comparing life to a great river, where each of us is a small boat navigating its currents. Noro shares a story of a young monk who, out of good intentions, helps a friend without being asked. The monk's intervention, though well-meaning, creates a web of unexpected challenges for both of them. Noro explains, when we try to steer someone else's boat without being asked, we disrupt their karma and our own. This story reflects the Buddhist principle of non-interference and the importance of allowing others to follow their own karmic path. The Buddha taught that each individual must experience their own suffering and challenges to grow spiritually. By interfering, we may unintentionally hinder their progress. Sometimes the best help we can offer is to allow others to navigate their own path. Unsolicited help, even with good intentions, can have unintended consequences. Our third story is called The Cherry Tree of Generosity. This tale reminds us that generosity is a powerful gift, but it must be balanced with wisdom. Giving without discernment can lead to exhaustion and self-neglect. Let's explore this story and learn how to give from a place of balance and mindfulness. In a village surrounded by a lush forest, a majestic cherry tree stands as a symbol of generosity and balance. The villagers once prospered by sharing their resources, but over time, some began to take more than they gave, weakening the community. The monk arrow shares this story with a young woman named Kiara, who has always been kind but feels drained by her generosity. Arrow teaches her that generosity must be balanced with wisdom. Giving without discernment, he says, can exhaust your resources and weaken your ability to be truly helpful. This story aligns with the Buddhist concept of right livelihood, one of the steps on the Noble Eightfold Path. It emphasizes the importance of balance and mindfulness in our actions. The Buddha taught that generosity should come from a place of compassion, but it must also be guided by wisdom to avoid self-neglect. This story aligns with the Buddhist concept of right livelihood, one of the steps on the Noble Eightfold Path. It emphasizes the importance of balance and mindfulness in our actions. The Buddha taught that generosity should come from a place of compassion, but it must also be guided by wisdom to avoid self-neglect. Generosity is a powerful gift, but it must be cultivated with care and awareness. Balance in giving and receiving is the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Next, we have a story titled The 8 Signs of Destruction. This story is a powerful reminder to be aware of those who may wish to harm us, whether through manipulation, criticism, or isolation. Let's listen to this story and learn how to protect ourselves from negative influences. In a remote monastery, the wise monk Aizen shares the 8 signs that reveal when someone may wish to harm us. From manipulation and destructive criticism to social isolation and defamation, Aizen teaches his disciples how to recognize and protect themselves from those who seek to destroy their peace. He tells a story of a fisherman who, due to the envy of others, finds himself isolated and his business in ruins. Aizen warns, those who wish to destroy us will use any means necessary to undermine our peace and success. This story reflects the Buddhist teaching of right effort, which involves protecting the mind from negative influences. The Buddha taught that we must be vigilant in guarding our thoughts and actions, ensuring that we do not fall prey to the destructive behaviors of others. Awareness is our greatest defense. By cultivating strong connections and maintaining our integrity, we can protect ourselves from those who wish to harm us. Our 5th story is called The Gift of Loneliness. This story challenges the notion that loneliness is something to be feared. Instead, it shows us how solitude can be a powerful tool for self-discovery and spiritual growth. Let's explore this story and uncover the hidden gifts of being alone. A young woman named Alina feels lonely and questions why she doesn't have many friends. The monk Kobo comforts her, explaining that having few friends can be an advantage. It allows for deeper, more meaningful connections and the freedom to explore oneself without external influences. Kobo shares, in the tranquility of your solitude, you can discover hidden passions and unexplored talents. This story aligns with the Buddhist practice of mindfulness and self-reflection. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of solitude in understanding oneself and cultivating inner peace. Loneliness, when embraced, can become a powerful tool for spiritual growth. Loneliness, when seen from a new perspective, can be a valuable ally in the search for happiness and spiritual growth. True happiness comes from the quality of our connections, not the quantity. Yet our connections, not the... Now, let's move to our 6th story, titled The Buddha's Forgiveness. This story is a profound lesson on the power of forgiveness and how it can free us from the chains of anger and resentment. Let's dive into the story and learn how to let go of the past and find peace within ourselves. A merchant, filled with anger, spits in the Buddha's face. Instead of reacting with anger, the Buddha responds with compassion, teaching the merchant the true meaning of forgiveness. The Buddha explains, holding onto anger is like grasping a hot coal. It only burns the one who holds it. This story embodies the Buddhist principle of metta, or loving kindness. The Buddha taught that forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others, but about freeing ourselves from the chains of anger and resentment. By letting go of anger, we open our hearts to compassion and peace. Forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others, but about freeing ourselves from the chains of anger and resentment. It is a gift we give to ourselves. Our final story is called The Dark Side of Kindness. This story explores the idea that kindness, when taken to extremes, can become toxic. It reminds us that true kindness must be balanced with wisdom and self-care. Let's listen to this story and learn how to give without losing ourselves. In a monastery nestled in the mountains, the monk Arrow shares a story about the dark side of kindness. A village once prospered due to the generosity of its people, but over time, some began to take more than they gave, weakening the community. Arrow teaches that kindness must be balanced with wisdom or it can become toxic. Kindness without boundaries, he says, can lead to self-neglect and exhaustion. This story reflects the Buddhist teaching of middle way, which emphasizes balance in all aspects of life. The Buddha taught that extremes, whether in generosity or self-denial, can lead to suffering. True kindness comes from a balanced heart, where we care for others without forgetting ourselves. Kindness is a virtue, but when it crosses boundaries, it can lead to self-neglect. True kindness comes from a balanced heart, where we care for others without forgetting ourselves. As we come to the end of our journey, let us reflect on the wisdom of these 7 Zen stories. Each encounter, whether joyful or painful, is a part of our spiritual growth. People do not come into our lives by chance. They are here to teach us, challenge us, and help us grow. Remember, life is a constant flow of meaningful encounters, each contributing to the unique beauty of our existence. Thank you for joining us on this journey of spiritual growth on the Soulful Healing Podcast. If you found this video meaningful, please subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and share it with others. May you continue to find peace, wisdom, and enlightenment on your path. Until next time, be well. Remember, every person you meet is a part of your story, and you are a part of theirs. Life is an intricate web of destinies, and each encounter is a precious gift. Thank you for watching the Soulful Healing Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on spirituality, mindfulness, and personal growth. Share this video with someone who might need a little soulful healing today. Until next time, may your journey be filled with light and love.